Or what about that pretty blonde-haired girl who was always cracking jokes in class? Could she ever turn out to be a bigger-than-life country singer and movie star like Dolly Parton? And Georgia Campbell, one of Dolly Parton's closest friends back at Sevier County High back in Tennessee. She says that she and Dolly had a blast cruising town, going to the Tasty Freeze and singing songs at Dolly's house. What kind of lady was she?
She's not changed much. She's still the same person today that she was when we were kids. She was crazy, a lot of fun, generous, kind-hearted, just a terrific girl. Was
she as vivacious then as she clearly is today?
If it's possible, she was more so. Yeah, she was into a lot of things. Yeah.
Was she physically? I mean, I don't know how to say that. Did she look the same? You know.
Pretty much the same. Yeah.
Did that make her a big star with the boys in high school?
She was very popular. All the boys fell in love with her. We would double date, and of course I lose my boyfriend to Dolly, but I didn't care because really I loved her too.
What about the hair? Did she, and now she has such a big bouffant head of hair, or I don't know if it's a wig or what.
She always wore hair pieces and things like that, just in addition to her natural hair. Sometimes she would blend them in, a hair piece or a braid or something like that, but she does have hair. She has thin hair. She'd say, I have thin hair, but who wants fat hair?
That's right. Were you surprised when she went on to become such a big star?
No, I wasn't. I knew she would do it.
What was there about her?
I think it was destiny, and that sounds corny, but I think she knew, I know she knew that she was going to be a star. As a matter of fact, one time, in one instance, we were walking down the dirt road in front of her house, and she was snapping her fingers, and she was talking about one of her boyfriends. And she was feeling a little bit sad because she was going to have to leave pretty soon and go to Nashville. And she wanted to know if she was making the right decision. But at one point she said, I really want to be a star. And she said, do you think I could be a star? And of course, even if I hadn't agreed, if I hadn't have thought so, I would have said, yes, Dolly, I think you will be. But I did agree. And I said, yes, I think you will be. But she turned to me and she said, yes, but even you don't know how big of a star I'm going to be.
Wondering if Dolly Parton was as sweet as she is now. It seems like she's really sweet.
Was sweetness part of Dolly's character even back then?
Yes, but she did stand up for herself too. I mean, she was no cream puff. If something was right, she would let you know that it was right.
Do you remember any incidents that, for which that's an example?
Yes, I can. She, in her senior class trip, I think, they went on at that time they went to New York City and to Washington, D.C., and they had a dance on the cruise ship. And after they got back from the trip, one of her classmates said something about the way Dolly danced. And of course, when Dolly moved, you can only...
The cruise ship sort of went...
Right,
right.
So, of course, Dolly went right to her and straightened it out. So
what'd she say? Tell us what she said. Dish a little bit of dirt here.
Yes, she was perturbed. She was very particular about her reputation. I think she didn't want any smut about her reputation ever, because when she was a child, we were going to town, into Sevierville, she would always take time to speak to people on the street, anybody. And I asked her, I says, why do you speak to all these people? Because some of these people, they don't even speak back. And she says, I don't want anybody to ever think that I didn't speak to them. So.
How about that?